There was an emperor who told his minions to make a fancy suit, and it was imaginary, and but there wasn't really a suit, and he was promised, this is the finest suit in all the land, and it's so good that no one can see it, but it's real and it's there. And he would parade, and everybody would cheer and say, look at the emperor in the beautiful suit. Wow. And of course, the guy didn't have any clothes on. He just had his underwear on. And a little boy would scream, but he has no clothes on. The little boy that noticed the emperor with no clothes. Some days I feel like that. I settled in last night, putting my toe back in the water to watch the 5 on TV on Fox News. For an entire hour, I waited for their epic response to this bombshell attack on the Constitution, on the country, the attack against many, many millions and millions of Americans, a stupid, horrific effort to get ready to arrest the 45th president of the United States for a third time. We have never witnessed anything like this in the history of America. The 46th president of the United States wants to imprison his chief political rival. And I cannot say that enough. And do you know what happened for an hour on the 5? One of the highest rated shows on America's leading cable news network? They didn't mention it at all. They didn't say a word. And that's not a mistake. It's not an accident. It's by design. Believe me, everything that is put on that network is vetted and approved, and there are editors, and there are producers, and there are executives, and they said at 5 o'clock, one of our highest rated shows will not mention the fact that Joe Biden wants to incarcerate the man who might beat him next year in the race for the presidency. Fox News has no clothes on. Fox News has a shiny new object. They got their big new lineup. It hurts me to say all this because I got a lot of friends over there. And I spent a lot of happy years over there as a contributor. I know people over there. There are people over there I truly love and honor and admire. It is shameful to see a major television operation like this conspire with the un-American efforts to jail Donald Trump over bogus charges regarding January 6th. You go ahead and tell me, give me one crime that Donald Trump committed that led to the riots of January 6th. Oh, he didn't give a strong enough speech. He didn't go on Twitter enough that day. Yeah, knock it off. Give me one crime, just one. I mean, maybe there's something we don't know about. And he was in the basement of the White House giving specific instructions to go riot. And we're going to find that out. And if we do, I will apologize, and I'll be right there with everybody else calling for Trump to be prosecuted. Guess what? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. He didn't do anything except tell his supporters to go peacefully protest. And at the very worst, he was not forceful enough in the condemnations that followed. Okay. You hate Trump and you want to say he didn't do enough? All right. I'll say he didn't do enough. You think he belongs in jail for that? Don't insult my intelligence. So I'm just a little fired up because I'm sick of people acting like this is all normal. I'm sick of acceptance of insanity and a vicious weaponization of the government. Because guess what? If they can go after Trump, they can go after any one of us. Trump, thank goodness, has resources and many, many millions of Americans in his corner. You and I would be standing alone. I still can't believe this. I can't believe that we're witnessing. You know what they led with at the 5? And again, I don't want to be obsessed with one network and one show. You know what they think is more important than the current president weaponizing his Justice Department in order to try to stop the guy who very well might beat him next year? You know what was more important to the 5? A hot airplane on a tarmac. That's what they led with. That was their big story. Planes that get hot on airport tarmacs. And as somebody just pointed out, all of those hosts on the 5 are Trump supporters. You think Jeanine Pirro doesn't love Trump? I mean, I don't know that I can speak for Jesse or who the other one, Gutfeld. I don't know about those guys. I know about Jeanine Pirro. And she's sitting there talking about hot airplanes instead of the weaponization of the Justice Department and an affront on the Constitution and an attempt to imprison the leading Republican nominee for president by a mile? Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I just had to get that off my chest. I was driving in today, and I've been thinking a lot about it. And listen, challenge me. Bring it on. You tell me one crime Trump committed on January 6th. I want to know. Apparently, Jack Smith, this rogue prosecutor, I just saw a Hewitt tweet. Next, he's going to come after crimes against the way Trump campaigned, that his campaign messages were somehow criminal. I mean, how much more are we going to put up with?